In this video, we are going to be breaking down our season start. We're going to talk about all the teams that are involved in this season and all the servers that are part of our division. So stick around in this video to find out everybody that's here. Let's get it. Welcome back to CO Gaming, and today we are going to be talking about this season start and how things have progressed so far, and just all the information about our season and what we are looking at as far as, how the season's just going to shape up entirely. So let's just jump right into this. So to start with, we're going to go back home. Our pass 2 is now able to be scouted, so people are scouting zone 2s. We'll be kind of doing that throughout this video, but to kick this off, we're just going to talk about the division. So our division currently has server 38, which is our server, my server, 44, 50, 65, 68, and 75. We do know at this point, with having those servers, that our server was a crowded server and 68 was a crowded server, 50 and 75 were normal, and the others were just active. I think they may have bumped us down to active, which left 68 as the only actual crowded server here, which you will figure out exactly why that is here briefly. But those are the servers in this division. There was a lot of questions coming into this season to who was still on these servers, and we found out that a big portion of them, most of them, their big teams just kind of puffed off and went and migrated to other servers, which, is a good thing and a bad thing all on itself. We're starting to see a trend of events to where it's leaving dead servers or servers that aren't the most active. Anytime you get a normal server in a division, those teams are pretty much a free-for-all at that point, which is ultimately going to cause a problem in the long run. That being said, let's go kind of take a look at the rankings. We'll have to do this the old-fashioned way since the rankings are down, but this is kind of our personal power list. Our top player right now is an EIS, which is from server 68. He is 123 mil, and then it just kind of trickles down. My boy Death here is a number 2, which he technically started the season number 1. And then, of course, was passed during the Strongest Lord event. But overall, a really, really good server as far as power goes. But with that being said, it's pretty heavily favored in one direction, which is what we're going to look at next. So EIS is server 68. Currently in this season, they are 5.4 billion power. I think if you go check out Boss Nasty's video, you're going to see in his most recent upload that they are like third in like largest groups. So that's kind of huge for us. And then their counterpart LSK, which is their second team that come from 68, is 3.3. They also have another team that is TLR and THX that are also kind of larger teams. We'll pop out of this and we'll go take a look at them while we're at it. Let's see here, see if we can find TLR. Okay, so here's THX. We'll take a look at them real quick. Jesus. Always got to like crazily scroll in. So they are 857. So they are definitely the weaker of the teams they have. I'm pretty sure that's a lot of like top players. Right now, they have a lot of their players inside their bigger groups that are normally in these groups in general, just because of Root, and of course our statue fight opens up today. And then here is TLR, which is 2.2 billion. So in general, they have a over 5+ bill, they have a 3+ bill, a 2+ bill, and then another smaller team. Then and their power will kind of fluctuate throughout the season, I suspect. But going into this season, there was a lot of speculation on who was going to ally with who and what the season was like. And of course, at this point, before the season actually started, once we actually got our divisions, a lot of deals were made that have now been broken. And for the right reasons, these deals was broken. Let's just theoretically say we chose to ally with EIS and Server 68. It would have really put a strain on the entire groups in this season, and would have pretty much just left it as we win, everybody else loses type of deal, because of the two groups being so large, and you know it would have just been bad. So we got this. We got this nailed down. I think it's going to be a super exciting season, and the right allies are with the right people at this point. Um, it's going to be fun. And of course, it's no secret of what's actually happening on this server. Um, you know, everybody knows who everybody's allied with at this point. And of course, 68 is allied with basically nobody, uh, due to them saying they didn't want to be allied with nobody. That's what they wanted. They wanted the entire server allied against them so they could have a good fight. Um, Heard some rumors here lately that that's not exactly what they wanted, but that is what they communicated to us. So that's pretty much kind of what we've went and done. We do want a extremely good Zone 5 fight for Around the Dragon, and I think we're going to get that with everybody being allied against them, or at least the majority of groups being allied against them. They still outdo us T5 wise, probably 20 T5s pretty easily. So, and then they do have 3 to 4 full groups when this is all said and done, and they get people to move over there every day. We've lost 2 people that didn't agree with our leadership and our team that have went over there at this point, and I'm sure by the end of the season there will be several more that goes to them. Just the way it goes. Whatever. Who cares? But we're about to break into the statue fight. We're setting up to kind of have a friendly statue fight over here this afternoon when this opens up, or at least technically tomorrow in game time when this opens up at 4 UTC. That'll be a video that comes. Should be super fun with the new feature added to the game. Be a pretty heads up, straight up fight. Outside of that, there's not really a whole lot more going on. I think it's going to be a fun season. Going to be a lot of fighting. Uh, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a lot of future videos to come. Hopefully, some pretty big wars in Zone 4 and Zone 5. As that Zone 5 fight has the potential to be very large and last a pretty good bit, which is what we're counting on, which is what we're hoping for. So that's always a good thing. Of course, really excited about the new upcoming changes and the 21st update, and to see exactly how a lot of this stuff plays out. But overall, I think it's all going to be well. Kind of wrap this video up. This is not going to be a long one. There's only so much you can talk about in these season update videos. I mean, I can go around and point out every team, so we'll kind of do that before we actually wrap this up. So up here you got the largest team, which is Myth, a fantastic group of players that kind of took some heat for not allying with 68, which, come to find out, 68 didn't want to anyway. So they did manage to lose a few players, but they're still holding on at, 3 bill power. Several of those dudes in that group, I've talked to them voice several times now, and they are fantastic players. And just overall great people to talk to in general. And then once we go over here to Orion, and, their primary group is PXR. Another one of those groups that we've had a lot of communication with. They're at 3.6 bill. Once again, their leader body is he's crazy as hell, but a fantastic dude to talk to. And of course, all their other people that we've talked to, Wingcatcher, and a few other ones we've been in voice with several times. Just an overall fantastic group. Like I said, it's going to be a fun season. Then of course their union is PXA, which is their family group, and then there's a couple other groups over here that are also, fairly stacked. So you got SG, SGW, that is another group that's highly up there at 3.5. So it's definitely gonna be fun. It's gonna be wild. Going to be an absolute wild season in theory. 44 SE is another group that's here. Let's go find them before we bounce up out of here. I think they're the smallest group in this area for sure, but they're another one that's going to be a difference maker in the season. Yeah, so they are, 2.1 mil. Another one of those groups. Haven't talked to a whole lot of them as far as like actually invoice, but I do know DK here, Demon King. That dude's a crazy man. He's a police officer. Scares the absolute shit out of me, but you know, it's how it goes. Just kidding, just kidding. He don't really scare me. He's just crazy. He's a good dude though. Talked to him the other night, and you know, he checked out my video, and I know he subbed here recently, so much appreciated. Along with Batty as well, another most recent sub, and I definitely appreciate anybody that subbed here lately. It greatly helps me out. It helps me grow the channel, and I'm just here to help inform people and help people out as they watch my videos, and that's what it's all about. But we're gonna wrap this video up. That's pretty much it. Just for one last thing, our group currently right now is at 3.4 bill, but we are down 31 members. We kind of have people scattered here and there throughout our 4 groups, but we have overall 4 groups in Scalera that is spread out. You got WM, you got Phoenix, you have us as NSX, and you got KPT. So, all in all, it's going to be a really fun season, and we are super excited to be able to fight everybody, and it's going to be fun. But tune in. It's going to be a lot of excitement. Several live streams to come when all this fighting breaks out. But we're going to wrap this up, so if you don't mind dropping a like on the video, smash it real good. Consider hitting that subscribe button, and until next time, see you out.